my process to be a procrastinator. Something happened when I tried to get started on my new project a month ago. Again, the machine started to lock up. It was like a plane suddenly falling out of the sky, like two oak double doors closing away all the creativity I had. It was feeling, this overwhelming thing that I couldn't get out of my way. It's one thing to write a book, but a bestseller has to do something. It has to make you feel something. It has to turn that fake story about some fake, exaggerated thing into something real. Feeling close. It's changing at the moment, but still staying the same. Only authenticity can be intimate. Something no one's ever heard of. It's got to be original. It's got to be stylized, heavy, and emotional. It's got to be real. Like that for weeks. I never knew when or how it started, but I knew it never seemed to end. That's when I began to notice the time. Every time I go in circles in my mind, time would start to slow down. First it was 1 or 2 seconds being too far away from another. Then it was 1 or 2 minutes, sliding by like thick syrup down the side of a container. What did it even mean to be authentic? What could I possibly even know about authenticity? There was nothing authentic about me, nothing intriguing or out of the ordinary. But at the same time, was that really what it needed? Authenticity? It needed complexity. It needed to be layered, deep, intellectual. Something scholars would argue over 100 years. Something people would write books about. Something people would devote entire careers to. It needed to be humanistic, but at the same time, be above human thought. It needed to be ahead of its age, transcending boundaries. It had to be compelling, controversial. I noticed it had been 6:52 for 3 days. The more progress I made, the worse everything became. There was no solution, no epiphany, just a spiraling conundrum. Now I started to notice the color fading. The life and vibrance of the world was starting to bleed, and everything became as gray as the walls of my apartment. Maybe that was the world, that confines of this 2,000 square foot prison. The door was unlocked, but it wasn't the door that was keeping me inside. Even if I went outside, even if I went halfway across the world, I'd still be in this apartment. It was the same thing that kept me bound to my chair. It was what kept me suffocating underneath the sheets of my bed. It wouldn't let me go. The grayness never left. The grayness became color. Somewhere buried in my subconscious was an idea, but I didn't even know what that word meant anymore. I stared at the white page. It was taunting me. The emptiness was everything I hadn't accomplished. It was showing just how disgusting things had gotten. It was a problem within itself. It was the problem. I had to put one word down. Everything began to crumble. The patterns of the meaningless regression would destroy everything. I would never leave this apartment if I didn't put one word down. I had to take the first step. I had to do something. It had to be real. It had to be physical, enticing, exciting, meaningful. You have to look back and go, there. That was the point when I beat it. I didn't, they'd find my corpse underneath all the hot pockets and broken clocks and calendars and blankets. They'd stare for a moment and then say, he let that happen. He could have been something. He could have tried. I have to try. I have to be authentic. I have to do it for me, not for the scholars or the people I lied to. I had to do it for me. It was 6:53.